Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing really well. Amazing how fast the season goes and the schedule goes. We get into now week 8, or really after the bye week, it's week 9 of being in practice in the routine. With the short week this week with the Friday night game today for us is our Tuesday practice. Really like the way the start of the energy of our team, the understanding of our assistant coach is doing a great job putting a plan together in short time, and then the way that our guys executed today in practice was a good start to the week. So, obviously it's a big moment. Our guys understand that. We know how important this game is. We do feel like that going into it, we've got a chance in the way that we prepare to allow us to play our best ball, and that, there's a number of things that go into that. We do feel like we have a really good plan, and now the ability to go execute that on how important, the next 3 days of practice will be, and the preparation side of that. And then you get into a game against a really good opponent. You've got to take care of the football. The turnover margin will be so huge. We've got to be really good in situational football, third downs, red zone, both offense and defense. And then our special teams game has to be in a way that we gain hidden yardage, and it can be a plus for us. But we got to go make those things happen. A lot of respect for Boise and their coaching staff, and they've got terrific players and a great scheme. And it'll be a great matchup. We're excited. We're at home, especially for this one. We know the week will go really fast, and before we know it, it'll be Friday night at 7:30, and there'll be a high level of excitement, not only from our team and program, athletic department, but the city of Vegas. So we're excited about that and proud of the work that our guys are putting in and pouring into the process of what it needs to look like. And this game, and then a bye week, and then the stretch of November. And can we stay the course and win the close games and all the things that go into it on the quest to try to get in a position to win a championship. So had some individual award winners announced today. Excited for those guys. Chittenden again was Special Teams Player of the Week in the conference and Freshman of the Week. Much deserved. We had scored 15 kicking points. Again, we had about a 12-yard average advantage every time we touched the ball from special teams, offense and defense together, and that's not just Chittenden, but just another point for how important special teams are. And then Jalen Catalon with the Defensive Player of the Week, numerous tackles, impact plays, had the forced fumble that was big and ended up accounting for some points for us at a crucial time. So anytime we get an individual award winner, number one, congratulations to them and their great efforts, but also it's a team game, and we understand and take ownership for all the guys that they took part in that. So excited when our guys have the opportunity to get recognized on a national stage, and again this week with 2 award winners, that's good for our program. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Coach, what is the difficulty in tackling Ashton Jeanty? First of all, at 5'9", hard to locate. Secondly, even in a pile, he's hard to bring down.
Well, I think you can locate him pretty easily. He's going to be the guy that touches the ball all the time, but he runs so hard. He runs behind his pads. He's got great vision. He's got a good offensive line and tight ends that block for him. He's got great strength, body control, leverage. He's tough. He's fast. He's quick. He's strong. I don't know descriptive words if I've touched on even enough to give him the respect of how great of a player he is. And I don't think there are any comparisons. People have asked me that, compare him to someone. I can't. He's unique, and they have a terrific scheme, and he's one of the great players in college football. And we will have to play really well. We'll have to be gap sound. We'll have to swarm the football. We'll have to get many hats on him, wrap him up, run your feet on contact. You can go low and he's going to hurdle you. You can go high and he's going to run through you. So the best solution for that is to play great team defense. And if you can do those things and slow him down, that provides opportunities for your team to have success.
Coach, in the game against Oregon State, big advantage was in the third down play, both on offense and defense, and that had been kind of a change from the last couple of weeks. What did switch for you that led to that success on both sides of the ball on third down?
Yeah, I think efficiency on offense, we got above 50%, which was great. We needed that, needed to extend drives and keep the ball out of their hands, which is so important. And defensively, we made some plays on the ball, contested 50-50 balls. We came up with some of those, and then we were able to formulate a pass rush, sometimes just with either rushing 3 or 4. And we had not been able to do that the previous 2 weeks. So those are great things to see, and I think there's some captured momentum in that department. Our guys understand how important that is for our success.
When you've got a guy like Jeanty and the way they run the ball, is it just a matter of throwing 8, 9 guys up there, or do you have to, play, with more spatial awareness to try to protect against big plays in the run game? How do you handle that?
There's so many ways to attack it or try to. Nobody's really had a great answer for it yet, because they've got good players elsewhere that can make you pay if you're going to put everybody inside to try to stop the run. So there's going to have to be a balance. Lanning's getting all kinds of credit for playing with 12 on that last play, so I want to see if we can sneak 12 or 13 out there, see how long we can get away with it. But it's a terrific opportunity. What a great challenge, and our guys are excited about playing against a great player, and we know that we have a lot of respect for him and what they have accomplished, and we know that what a great environment, what a great opportunity, and what a great matchup it'll be Friday night. So, I'm not dancing around your question of this. We're going to have to do so many different things schematically. I don't know that you can live in one thing and have sustained success over 4 quarters. So, there's going to be times that they're going to make some plays. We've got to eliminate the big play, and if we can do that and stay in the course and try to get them behind the sticks a little bit, that'll help us out.
You mentioned that your players understand the importance of this game, but how do you kind of quiet the noise surrounding it and not make it bigger than what it is as you guys prepare?
Yeah, we talked a little bit yesterday in a team meeting, and then again this morning on who the opponent is, what they've done well, what we are built for, what we've done well. And again, I know it's boring coach talk about nameless, faceless opponent, but if you can really get into that and believe that, and it's about your preparation and about your habits and about executing the game plan, then the logo really doesn't matter. So there's been enough of that talk too, and our guys understand. I mean, we got an old, mature team. They read everything out there anyway, just like I do. I mean, we know it's a big game. Don't run from it. Don't make it bigger than it needs to be, but understand the moment that they've earned, they've created for not only themselves but our program and for our conference. I mean, you look around the world of college football this week. In the top 5 games in college football, it's UNLV and Boise. Anybody that's put out a list of what the games are this week, so we certainly know there's a lot of attention for it and about it, and that's great for Vegas. It's great for our program. And that's what you dream of as a player and as a competitor, and as a coach, is to be in this situation and have this opportunity. So that's what we work so hard for. And it's why guys are going to end up coming to UNLV, is to play in games like this, and on the national stage, it's as big as it gets.
Who is the best running back your defenses have faced over the years, and how did you do against them?
Yeah, I don't know, buddy, on ranking. I always get in trouble when I start naming, because then I get out of here and I'm like, man, I forgot about. I do know as a freshman, I know it was a long time ago, for me, I walked on the field and we were playing University of Texas in a split backfield, 20 personnel. It was Priest Holmes on one side and Ricky Williams as the other back. Pretty good players. I could go through the list of Nebraska running backs. I've got a couple of scars from their fullback that I could show. You didn't ask about me as a player, you asked about coaching. Had a lot of great matchups, and we've won some, and unfortunately have not won some. So what a great defensive schematic challenge this is. And then for our guys getting in the position to try to play really good defense against an offense that really nobody has slowed down. So, again, the competitive spirit about what this week is made of. I'm excited to get our team in that arena and see how we respond.
What did you do in the second half on defense to kind of bottle things up? Because they were able to run through the tackles or between the tackles in the first half.
Yeah, Mike changed a little bit technique-wise up front on some of our initial just pre-snap alignments. I thought we tackled better. I thought our fits were a little bit more urgent, and then found a way to get them into third downs and third and medium to long, and that played into our favor. Some of that was we were more aggressive in our coverage on the back end, which helped us as well. So I think a multi-answer to what I thought we did better. I mean, I think in the third quarter, I think they had 9 total yards of offense. So we needed that because we needed to capture momentum on that side, and defensively, staff-wise, they made a couple small adjustments, but also just played a little tighter in our fits. Probably would be the best answer on what we did better that second half.
Coach, can you talk about how this is a player-led defense, so many leaders on the defensive side of the ball, Catalan and Doyle, and how those guys are preparing this week?
Yeah, you have to earn that, and a lot of it has to do with, all of it has to do with the work that those guys put in to, number one, have true self-confidence in the way that you're going to play before you start leading. And that's a little bit of a process that takes time, especially for new faces. I think we've got great players across the board in a lot of spots on our team. And then now we get to this point in the season, and there's some validation on some of the things that the guys continue to talk about and show and do. And then there's other people around them that see the success that they're having because of the work that they're putting in from a film study, game plan study, preparation side of things. So I think that allows player-led opportunities. You look at Jalen Catalan, and on the time that he's not spending time on academics or in the weight room or on the practice field, he's watching film. And he understands and can see things through the lens of a veteran, and he can give that knowledge to a lot of different guys, and it's certainly made us a better defense.
Coach, can you talk about your NASCAR experience this weekend?
What a great day for UNLV, and personally, I had a lot of fun. I mean, I wasn't there very long, didn't get to stick around and watch the race, but met a lot of great people, and was honored to have the opportunity to be on that stage. Some people that I had known through somebody else leading up until yesterday, and had a chance to meet them for the first time, to see some of the behind-the-scenes action on what it takes to pull off a race of that magnitude, the teamwork, all the different things that Jeff Motley and his crew of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and then NASCAR obviously has been around for a long time with great success, and so to be a small part of that was a lot of fun, and wish I would have had time to grab a cold one and watch it a little while, but we had to get back and go to work. But it was a great, the short time I was there is something I'll remember forever.
You mentioned you wish you could get 12 or 13 players on defense. Whether it's playing against a great player or a unique offense, have you ever gone to like a junk defense or a gimmick for one play or something, or even considered it in your past? And how do you sort of maybe consider that for a guy like this?
Yeah, I think you look what we did against Ole Miss in 2020 defensively. We ran Mississippi State first earlier in the year against the air raid that they had that year. Created something that really we hadn't ran at any point in my career, and then we had a few changes with that a couple weeks later against Ole Miss, and created I think 7 takeaways that day to win the game. So I think you're always trying to find schematic advantages, and usually it'll take a little while and the other team's going to catch up and see what you're doing. So hopefully we can at least creatively being a number of things this week that will give us a chance to slow them down. And again, I don't think you can live in one defense against a great offense because and great coaches. They're usually going to, you never wait until halftime to make all the adjustments. There's in-game adjustments that you're always creating and trying to make. We got to try to find a way to stay ahead of them. And if we can do that and give our guys a chance to play fast and believe in what we're doing, then we'll have an opportunity.
One of the unique defensive fronts that we saw, excuse me, in the game last week was there was one set where all 4 down linemen defensively were basically lined up on the tackles or outside of that, and Jackson Woodard basically head on in the A gap. When you're in that look, what are some of the keys, and how do you guard against potential counterpunches from the offense up the middle?
Don't be in it too many times. But then there's a number of things that Mike has drawn up. That was one. We've got, that defensive alignment or front. How many things can you do out of it that your guys are comfortable with? So, we've hit that a couple times this year, and really, fortunately, we haven't had to show the next thing out of that. So, I think, again, you've got to pick your moments once you can understand in that situation on how they were either slide protection or odd fan or what kind of blocking scheme we were getting up front. Felt like we had a chance of getting home against one of the pressures we had out of that. So, it was a great call at the right time, and our kids did a great job executing.
And on the defensive line, Lucas Conti listed as the starter on the 2 deep. He was the guy that you had mentioned in the coaches show and in the pregame show on our broadcast last week. He's starting to step up and really become a good run plug in the middle. What have you seen out of his development this year?
Yeah, I think a little more confidence in himself. He's got good skills. When he got here, when Lucas got here, he had a shoulder surgery, he had a knee surgery. There's a number of things he was battling to get back into position. So it's taken some time, and he's stayed the course. He keeps getting better. I don't know. We're going to play so many guys up front on the defensive line that he may not be out there for the first snap, but for today's practice, he was the starter, and he's earned that. He's going to continue to play a huge role for us inside, and he's 295 pounds and he's got good length and really good quickness. And I think the more reps that he's gotten, he's improved his game, and he's playing. You can see him now. He's starting to make some plays, and he's got confidence in himself, and that's really fun to see and watch him develop.
Coach, any injury updates? Is Marcel McDuffie going to be back this week?
He practiced today, had a good practice, and we've been close the last couple of weeks, but I feel better today than I did last week at this time.
How much of a difference will he make with this defense?
I don't know. I hope that he was a starter for a reason before he got hurt, so. We felt like he was a really good player for us at the beginning of the year, and is he in position to play effectively enough after the injury? If we played tomorrow, he would play, and I would expect him to play well.
How has Monty filled the gap?
Really, in a great way. He's played more football at that position than he has his entire career combined, so that was good to see, and he keeps getting better. He's been a positive for us in a spot that we really needed one.
Just to clarify, Marcel is like a lower right leg injury, right?
Oh, it was right or left. I'm trying to picture. Yeah, he broke his leg, so it's taken some time to heal and come back. So he's a tough kid. So I'm trying to picture. I think it's his right. I don't even look at there, and he'll have a sleeve on one of them. No, it's either the right or the left. I don't remember which one, but. Those things take time to heal, and we're fortunate to have him back, and he looked really good today.
You mentioned after the game you're pleased with Chittenden banging the ball into the end zone. How do you get stronger as a kicker? I mean, is it through lifting? Is it technique that he's doing better?
I think lifting, flexibility, the motion of doing that over and over and over, the repetitiveness of it. There's things that Coach Fish has been able to manipulate a little bit with leg swing in the weight room. And then maturity, getting a little bit older. I think all those things have combined to it. But he's really come on here in the last couple weeks, and to the point early in the year we were saying, hey, let's get, in the not that I was ever concerned about his distance in field goal range, but just from a confidence standpoint, now we really don't even discuss once we get inside, 38-yard line or so. We feel pretty good about him stepping in and knocking it home. So, I think we've put him in positions enough in practice that we all have trust in him. He's got trust in himself, and he's confident and continues to make big plays for us.
He kicked high balls into the end zone. He kicked screamers into the end zone. He kicked one towards the pylon, got it into the end
And we
zone.
lucked out on that one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
does he have free reign to kick the way he wants in terms of style, or you just
I
tell
would
him?
rather it be like row 5, where there's no the worm burner that went out barely in the side of the end zone. We were lucky on that one, because that was a crucial part of the game, and had they got the ball kicked out of bounds, that would have hurt us a little bit. But he's doing a great job.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the defense is more likely to be a unit that can feed off of crowd noise or energy in a home stadium. What kind of factor could that be if you guys get, a crowd that's really into this game, specifically on the defensive side?
Absolutely. To play with energy and emotion and to be fed some of that freely by the crowd, we'll take all that we can get. And it's so important. You look around the country, and really good programs have great crowds. And I know that our place will be rocking. My guess is it'll be the greatest home game atmosphere we've had since we've been here. And we know that we have to create that as well on the way we play ball. And our guys are excited about that. And we know that we also get in there, we got to give them something to cheer about. So we're excited about that opportunity. I know Friday night, 7:30 in Vegas, could be a hot ticket.
Yeah.
One more. I know coaches will go over and talk to the AD after the game, but you and Eric Harper seem to have like a next level. Like, you guys were really fired up after the last game. You usually hug each other. Why is your relationship at a different level?
We knew, he's poured a lot into me. He's poured a lot into our program. We knew how big that one was the other night. Just historically, to get at least the 6th win, what that means on paper. We talked throughout the week. We do every week about this things going on in the program, opportunities for our program and our kids, and that was a big one to win away in what we thought was going to be a tough environment. And it signified, we had joked going in a little bit last week about our non-conference schedule this year. I was glad to get that over. And just, in the fashion that we won, I had expressed with Harp about, we need to win a close game coming down to the end. We need to finish as a program. So, he's invested and understood what went into that. And I think we probably talked a little bit longer than normal there after the game the other night on some of those topics. So that was fun to celebrate a win with somebody that you care about and that that is working really hard for you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, have a great week.